Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever, whenever you're watching this, because this webinar is recorded. So you may be watching the recorded version, but good day to you. And welcome to the webinar from Voiceverse for the month of May 2026. Voiceverse is a platform dedicated to advancing the course of voiceover in Nigeria. We call ourselves the media arm of voiceovers in Nigeria. And what we do basically is to help curate voiceover stories, voiceover happenings in the industry, and we also serve as a community for voiceover artists, especially up and coming voice actors who might be having challenges in their career. My name is Tolu Lokbe Kolade. I'm the founder of VoiceVerse and I'm the host of this webinar today. And I want to say thank you to everybody who is joining us right now. And for those people who will be watching, if you're watching actually right now, a recorded version, you're welcome as well. If you're wondering how you can be a part of the community to be, a beneficiary of the things that we do, you can check the link in the description of this meeting, or you can go to our Instagram account, VoiceverseNG on Instagram, and check our bio, and you find the link to join the VoiceVerse community. So today, just like every other time that we meet, we are having a webinar every month, actually. And this webinar, we have a guest that will be speaking to us about something that I believe is really important for voiceover artists. Because as voice actors, aside from the joy of doing voiceovers, I think I don't know, maybe a much deeper joy is knowing that somebody not only just appreciates your voice, but pays for it. And that's why some of us are professional voiceover artists. That is, we don't just do it for the fun of it, but we make money from it. I, for instance, am a full-time voiceover artist. And some people are part-time voice actors, but the good thing is that we all are getting paid for what we do. And yeah, we're in the business of voiceover. So if you're in the business of voiceover, I believe this particular webinar is for you. So what are we talking about today? We're looking at LinkedIn DMs, the secret to booking voiceover work on LinkedIn. Well, this is a very interesting conversation. I've booked gigs on Instagram, I think a couple on LinkedIn, but mostly on Instagram and TikTok and WhatsApp and via my emails and other places. But LinkedIn seems to be quite professional, and not everybody has a hang of LinkedIn. Even myself, I struggle to navigate LinkedIn. So I'm not going to be teaching, I'm not going to be, presenting today. Rather, we have someone who has a proven track record using LinkedIn to book voice work. And I'm happy to introduce her. She'll be sharing what she knows so that we can use these things to our advantage. Yes, so I have with me Modupeola Beauty, who will be presenting for the next 45 minutes, telling us, the secrets to booking voiceover work on LinkedIn, after which we'll take some question and answers, and then we'll wrap up this conversation. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, I just want to have a bit of interaction. If you are listening and watching, drop a comment. Let me know where you're joining us from. If you're in Lagos, tell us we're in Lagos. If you're outside of Lagos, if you're in the United States, in any part of the world, let's know where you're joining us from. It'll be good to have a little bit of chit chat in the comment section. So let's get busy. I've got Tsunami from Benin Republic. Welcome, Tsunami. I think I've met Tsunami. I'm not sure, but I think so. Robbie Kaine is here. Voice of Robbie. Guy Greta is here. Lawal is here. Let's make use of the comments, guys. Akpan from River State. Nice to see you here. Or at least to read your text, because most of us have our videos turned off. Regardless, you're all welcome. It's a webinar, so let's have a good time listening and watching the presentation. Thank you all for joining. And okay, so we've got Rookie from Ogun State, Nigeria. Welcome, Rookie. Nice to have you here. Also, do one thing for us. You can invite someone or send it to your friends who are voice actors and are perhaps struggling to get gigs. This would be a good way to expand the opportunities to get more gigs. We've got Osai from Anambra State. Thank you for joining. Lawal is joining us from Lagos, and Ren E is joining from Lagos. Oh, that's Irene. Okay, from Lagos. Welcome. Sanami, I see. Yeah, yeah. We've met before. All right, guys. So thank you for being a part of this. So let's get to the presentation. We've got Modukbe Ola Beauty. She is our guest speaker for today. She's your friend next door who has always been passionate about using her voice to teach, inspire, persuade, and bringing stories to life from small. Mudupe is also a member of the VoiceVest community. She studied mass communication. She worked at the radio station, school's radio station, for about 2 years, practiced broadcasting after service for about 2 years, took interest in voiceovers after COVID happened, and her career has grown from there on. And she started putting herself on LinkedIn, sharing her experiences and journey. And so far, she has closed multiple clients on LinkedIn, signed contracts with ad agencies and video production companies in just 2 years. So today, she'll be sharing with us what has worked for her in the past 1 year. Okay, Modupe Ola Beauty, welcome. If you can see and hear me, kindly unmute. Let's see your face and say something. Hi, Modupe.
Hi, T-Code. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for that introduction. I feel so overwhelmed being introduced by my one and only boss and coach. Everyone, please help me to celebrate T-Code. He's an amazing coach. Please, I want to see your reaction. Please celebrate him for me. Thank you so much, boss. I celebrate you. It's an
Thank
honor
you
to
too.
be by your side in this webinar today. Uh, so, LinkedIn DMs, the secret to booking voiceover work on LinkedIn. It's going to be an amazing time here today, everyone. So I just want to implore us that we pay attention. I'm going to do all my possible best to ensure that I cover everything necessary in the space that I have been given. So I will be sharing my screen shortly so that everyone will be carried along in whatsoever I will be teaching. All right, so give me a second. Let me share my screen, please. All right, Tikod, I will need you to accept my request to share my screen.
Yeah, I've done that. You get the
All right.
notice yeah.
All right, thank you very much. So, the secret to booking voiceover work on LinkedIn. So, before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Modupeola Beauty. I'm a very passionate voiceover artist, and I intend to do this for a very long time, for as long as possible. All right. So I've been active in the industry for, let's say, going to 2 years now, and a lot of things that I've come across, I've learned from the best of the best that you can ever think of, is how to shamelessly market myself. And today, I want to just share everything that has been working for me. Marketing is not a one size fits all. So what I'll be sharing today is based on everything I've applied, based on what I've learned that has been working for me. And I am very sure it's going to be something very, very beneficial to as many people that will take action after this class. So if there's one thing I want to encourage all of us is the fact that you need to take action so you can see the results. All right. So without wasting much of our time, I would like to get right into it. So what who is this class for? Before we continue, I would like us to quickly look at that. Who is this class for? When you think about this LinkedIn DM strategy I'm going to be sharing today, who is it for? Number one, it is for people that have been trained in voiceover. It means that you have received formal voiceover training and you are ready to start landing clients. So it is not enough to have the passion. It is not enough to have the voice. You have to be trained. I know we have a lot of videos on YouTube, on social media that you can come across, but most times those materials are not tailored, or would I say they are not in an order where you can easily learn from one stage to another, and you can get confused if you don't have proper direction. So I would advise that before you go on this adventure with me to land clients on LinkedIn, I would advise that if you've not been trained in voiceover, you take action after this class so that you will be able to represent us well whenever you close your clients. All right. Okay. So, secondly, the second set of people that this class is meant for are those that have their LinkedIn profile fully optimized. So it means that you have a complete professional LinkedIn profile that is ready to make a great first impression. So it means that when you reach out to your ideal client and they want to check you out on LinkedIn, you have the credibility for them to want to actually go further with you, right? So I will encourage that if your profile is not fully optimized, you do that after this class. If you don't know how to go about that, maybe after the class you can reach out. I know people that are very good in that can help you to achieve that. And then lastly, like I said earlier, action takers. The last set of people that this class is meant for, they are action takers. They are people that are very driven, motivated, and they are ready to put in the work that I will be sharing in this webinar to book voiceover jobs. So without wasting much of our time, let's go right into it. All right, so going into closing clients on LinkedIn, there is a mindset I want all of us to have, which is marketing, right? The right mindset in marketing. So it is, when you think about marketing, think about it like identifying a problem, presenting yourself as the best option with an irresistible offer that is appealing enough for them to want to try you out. Now, think about it this way: every single time you come across any campaign, maybe an audio, a written content, or a video that is trying to promote an idea or a product or services, what they are doing to you is that they are reminding you that there's a problem you have, and they're positioning themselves as the best option with an offer you cannot resist. That means this offer is going to be appealing enough for them to want to take a closer look at you, right? So marketing is all about you identifying that problem, and then you are presenting yourself as the best option at that moment with an offer they cannot resist. All right. So think about it this way and put these questions in your mind. What will they gain if they hire you? Because that is exactly what is going through their mind. What will they gain if they decide that they want to hire you, right? It means that you must be good with words, not just flattering, but words that help you reach your goal. Which goal? Closing them, right? So you must know how to go about it. You are presenting their problem before them, and at the same time, you're not just flattering them. You are using your words rightly to reach your goal, which is to ensure that you close them, which is to ensure that they want to work with you. So this must sound like you genuinely want to help them by lending your voice as voice actors, right? Yeah. So now, when it comes to LinkedIn, of course, this webinar is not for um, it's not for how will I put it? It is not for the it is not for LinkedIn generally. We are going to be treating just the LinkedIn DMs, right? So when it comes to LinkedIn DMs, there is a way you can go about it to ensure that you get the right people you're looking for. So you don't just go about wasting your time. You know, a lot of people are on LinkedIn, but somehow there's a mindset behind LinkedIn that people think you can just go on LinkedIn and then you will see job postings and then you apply and you have your clients and all of that, right? But what has been working for me for more than a year now is actually the one-on-one marketing strategy. And that's where the LinkedIn DMs comes in, right? So what I'm sharing right now, please, if you can see my screen, I would like you to react now. Let me know that you're following and you can still see my screen, please. I would like us to react, leave your favorite emoji if you can still see my screen, please.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
can't see your screen though. I don't know if it's just me.
Wow. Can anybody else see my screen?
Nah, I can't see your screen.
Can you see my screen now?
Nope.
I can't see
Nope.
it. I can't see it.
Just
Okay.
your face.
Oh, wow. Okay, let me stop sharing and share again. Please, 1 minute, please. Please, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so I was talking about LinkedIn DMs and how to go about it. And this is primarily what I've been doing that has been working for me. So when you think about how to get your ideal client or your prospect on LinkedIn, if you want to be able to identify their right titles with the right industry and the location you want, right? So I did a little research that I have been using before now, and these are the people I've been able to come up with that you can on LinkedIn. Okay, so if you go on LinkedIn, you might not see people, you might not see the direct owners of businesses. You might not see people that want to advertise their cosmetics brand, that want to advertise their maybe their services and all of that. But you can definitely see managers of ad agencies. You can see managers of video production companies. So you can see creative directors of game studios. You can see marketing directors of maybe corporate organizations or e-learning platforms, right? And then you can also see casting directors. Most times, casting directors, they work alone and they can be working for different agencies, right?
Hi guys, I hope you all are enjoying this presentation so far. It seems Modupe has a bit of internet issues, but I'm sure she'll be joining us again. I'm not the teacher here, or I'm not the presenter, so I ain't got nothing to teach you guys about LinkedIn. We just have to wait for the boss to come herself. But so far, I think it's been quite educative. I've been taking notes. Sanami's laughing. That's it. I'm just as open and sincere as I can be. Or what do you guys want me to teach you people? Eh? How I how I have gotten clients through what? LinkedIn? Nah, it will not flow. I don't even have a slide to share. But I would regurgitate what was said. She said that if you want to make it on LinkedIn, think like a marketer. Think like you're the best thing after sliced bread and present like you can solve their problems, right? Um, I'm just paraphrasing, right? So yeah, I think yeah, give them an offer they cannot resist. That's very important. So I'm gonna put that into use. I have questions for Mudupe on this note though, because in presenting yourself and presenting an offer that seems irresistible to them, where do we draw the line? There are things that you may say, and have you really experienced those things before? Have you done those things before? But I'm sure there are ethical ways to do those things. And then she was just about to tell us the kind of people we could find. I saw casting directors there, marketing agencies and creative agencies, the managers and all those people like that. I really, really look forward to hearing more about the things that she'll be teaching us in that direction. Hopefully, she joins us very soon. But so far, it's been an interesting meeting. LinkedIn. While we wait for Modupe, I'd like to hear your thoughts. I mean, we could make use of the chats right now. What do you guys think about LinkedIn for real? Personally, I'm gonna start. I'm not really a LinkedIn person. Kind of like irks me. Exactly, very confusing, right? And Ami just posted, and I think this would be good for us to ask her how she's been able to navigate it. It for me personally, when I think about LinkedIn, I feel it's for the professionals. Doesn't mean I'm not a voiceover professional. I mean people who wear suit and tie, who do 9 to 5. It kind of feels like it was built for them. And Instagram feels like it was built for people like me, right? Because I don't do 9 to 5. I work from home. This is my office, the studio, and I do my stuff. So, how do we make that mental change when we go to LinkedIn? Do we all have to be writing long, maybe not essays, but write ups that they put on LinkedIn? I am happy to announce to you. In fact, I am happy to announce it's very, very low for the way they used to write it on you. Everybody's premium on LinkedIn. Everybody's giving. It is my pleasure to. It is. So I need to understand. I'm hoping that Mudupe joins us. But you guys, please drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to hear what you or how you perceive LinkedIn, and if you're willing to make a change. Hopefully, this webinar convinces you otherwise, and you can invest your time, effort on LinkedIn. Another question I'd love to ask is content. What counts as appropriate content for LinkedIn? Because there's some contents that you feel comfortable posting them on Instagram, or you feel comfortable posting them on LinkedIn. I mean, on TikTok. But when it comes to LinkedIn, I gotta be honest with you guys. Some of my content, even I myself, I just feel like it, LinkedIn people will be looking at me like this one is not serious with his life. Just kidding on a lighter note, but LinkedIn just has this very professional thing about it. And I'm hoping that this webinar would help us deconstruct some of those mental barriers and assumptions we have about the platform and help us understand how better we can engage with it. Salami says, I want to make a change because LinkedIn looks like app for the big boys. Interesting. App for the big boys. MM says it is very confusing. Everyone looks established there. You get it? There's just this package. Now, in fact, my DP doesn't look LinkedIn-ish because I'm putting on a jean jacket. But maybe we are overthinking this thing, right? Because when you think about it too, it's for everybody, or at least professionals. When I think about your tech bros, not everybody kind of looks 9 to 5-ish. Well, let's see. Tsunami says, congratulations all the time. And I am saying to myself, when will I make it? Yeah, I know LinkedIn gives you that vibe of everybody's making it, and you're asking yourself, what about me? I know, right? I'm happy to announce. Bookie Patrick says LinkedIn is one app that would make you question your intelligence, but I still feel like it's tough. Kind of prefer it to Instagram. Because you can literally connect with people there. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, these apps are dynamic in their own ways, and I'm really open to learning more about LinkedIn. Madupe would be joining us real soon. She's trying to figure out what it is at I end while I am keeping this meeting alive because, like I said, guys, I'm not the expert for LinkedIn marketing, getting gigs and all of that on LinkedIn. It's not my territory. We could switch to other things that I can talk about better, but I ain't gonna go there right now. We're just gonna respect the conversation. Meanwhile, there are other people joining us. Thank you for joining. Okay, I want to ask a question, an open question. Has anybody here booked a gig on LinkedIn? If you have, would you be kind enough to unmute your mic and share with us your experience? And if you are kinder, and of course, probably you're in a place that is well lit, you can also review your face. We see your video and we hear your experience. Would like to know if you've booked a gig on LinkedIn before. Let's talk about it. Let's learn from you. All right, let's learn from you. Sanami says LinkedIn is the way today. She then says, not yet because of the premium features. Hopefully, after the season. I think that's a response to my question. So, Sanami has not booked a gig on LinkedIn before. Akman has not booked a gig on LinkedIn before. It says, never have I ever. That's an interesting way to put it. Who else? Has anybody here booked a gig on LinkedIn? Hmm. Okay, let's open the let's open the what's called now sample size. Have you booked a gig on social media before? Minus WhatsApp. Minus WhatsApp. But think about LinkedIn, think about Facebook, think about Instagram, and even TikTok. I'll tell you a funny one, yeah. Some weeks back, somebody sent me, and respect to the person who sent me the message though, said he would like to hire me for a job. So I responded to the TikTok message, hi, can I know what's about? And the guy says, he'd like me to do a voiceover for his business so that he can put it on speaker, those kind of voiceovers that they'll put in the market and they'll be advertising something. Exactly. By the way, guys, Wally Bam is right here in the studio. So he was just saying something funny behind me. If you hear, I think it was one of another colleague, Yusuf Royals. She posted a video, condemn. If your full phone inside, that kind of very out. So just imagining my voice on that kind of thing, it's not going to happen. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I think I've done something like that before in my life. And this was like in the early days of being a voiceover artist. It was for a friend. But there are some jobs that you have done in your life that you wish that it can be deleted from wherever, ever, ever it exists. But I don't know. Maybe that guy will still be using it. I don't think he'll still be using it because I think it's also this telecommunication, maybe MTN or etc. So by now the prices would have changed. So luckily for me, you will not hear my voice and that kind of thing. But I will never do that kind of. Okay, I'm very sure if it was LinkedIn, I wouldn't get that kind of DM. It cannot happen. But it's TikTok, so and maybe I should also go and check my presentation because for somebody to look at my page and think that that's kind of voiceover, ah, I need to check myself. Well, that's on on a lighter note. I'd like to hear your experiences, if you experience rather, if anybody here has booked a gig on social media, we're talking LinkedIn today, but let's for the sake of others who haven't booked on LinkedIn, feel free to talk to us. And if people have reached out to you on social media before, what was your challenge in that conversation? Was it negotiation? Were you lacking confidence? Um, I would like to know what the dynamics are. While we wait for Modupe to join again, she's just sent me a message that she's joining back now. So guys, don't hoard this information to yourself. Share, share, share. I just shared mine, even though it's not the best of examples, but yeah, someone would be very glad to listen and learn from your story. Says, yes, I have gotten a gig on Instagram. I was referred by someone, and that's beautiful. You know, one thing I have noticed about Instagram is that there are times that someone wants to hire another person. When they go to your Instagram, they want to hear your voice. So, do you have a voice sample on Instagram, or is it just graphic designs and vibes? If that's what's on your Instagram page, it's not going to market you well because you don't know who. There are times that somebody says, "Hey, Tico, I need you to recommend a voiceover artist. Just send me their Instagram page." Can you imagine? And that's all they will use to judge you. So you need to optimize your social media presence to show that you are truly a voiceover artist, a professional at this. Okay. It seems like people here don't book gig online, and I'm wondering, is that so? Because nobody's really responding except for And I don't want DMs this time. I don't want chats in the chat box. I want you to talk. I want you to share what you have learned, your experience booking gigs. I'd like to hear that. Nobody? Nobody? Quite unfortunate.
Is it just voiceover or
Hi,
any other gig?
Well, voiceover specifically.
Ah, okay.
Voiceovers. No, okay. Not much
hi,
experience.
Chico. Can you
Hi,
hear me?
Bookie Patrick.
Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So I said I have not literally booked a gig yet on LinkedIn, but I've been able to close like a partnership deal with a creative director who owns like a studio, and I'm also doing more for other creative directors, just like what Motika said before network interrupted. So I actually dropped that in the chat box. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, that's it. I just saw that now. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you for sharing that. You said you've closed the partnership deal with a creative director on LinkedIn. Amazing, amazing. Not as a voice actor, is it?
Yeah, as a voice actor, as a voice
Oh, that's
actor. So if
beautiful.
you have been any voice campaign, commercials, or anything, I would be the voice behind. I think I recently did that, and it was also. I'm going to be very honest here. I don't know why network interjected. It was, and I really, really pray she would be back here. Right, she has been giving me clues on how to, do one-on-one DM, and I think one thing that works on LinkedIn, just like what I don't know, one person said that LinkedIn looked like an established app. I'm to be honest, because if you don't have high self-esteem, you just go on that app and you start questioning your life decision. That what is everybody is just saying congratulations, I just bagged this, I just got $1,000, I just did it, I just did that, and all of that. So I think one thing that actually helped me was LinkedIn DM, right? Because for most voiceover artists that you probably not gain that popularity, you don't have that visibility yet on LinkedIn where your post can like reach a lot of people, where people can actually recommend you. You just have to go and look for the jobs yourself. That's how LinkedIn works. You just go there, search for creative directors and market yourself as if you are the only, like you are the best thing that's going to happen to their studio. And although most times you get a lot of rejections, countless rejections, some people will tell you that they are not looking for voiceover yet. Some other people will say they already have voiceovers for their brands and all of that. But I think what sells most on LinkedIn is not even your voice yet, it's your words, like the way you can literally market your marketing
Mm.
says first before the skill. Because you look at some creative directors and you be like, who am I? And again, I'm even still battling, honestly, I'm still battling with that confidence because you look at some creative directors, you check their page, their feed, look at the people, the brands they're working with, and you be like, but if I reach out to this person now, how am I going to teach and all of that compared to other voices that you've had in their most of them displays their this thing on their page and you're like, how do I but somehow if you market yourself, right, with your words and teach and sometimes you have to a little bit to catch their attention because some of them will not open their DMs. Like say some of them will not open their DMs. They'll be like, yes, some CEOs, some founders, and sometimes you have to also look out for founders that has I'm sorry I'm talking like this, so I'm currently having sore throat.
It's
So
fine.
you have
Sorry.
to look out for founders, and some of the CEOs they don't have time. So sometimes you get some of them to open your DM. Sometimes some of them might not be able to check in your DM, but that's where you now start training them. LinkedIn is work, oh, it's work. You start training them their posts, ensure what's it called? Commenting, just ensure you're around that they're seeing you commenting something reasonable. It's about marketing, they're seeing you, and maybe your comment might as well drive them to check your DM and say, okay, oh, I love this person's perspective. Like currently now, I recently messaged a founder like that. She's she's in the US. She owns a beauty company, right? And she just established it. So I messaged her, and somehow she does not even know about marketing. She does not really even know about voiceover. So I teach and blah 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 and all of that. I told her why she needs marketing. And again, she had a personal story. And in fact, I saw the story on her page. She posted it. And I was like, she posted how she suffered from acne, low self-esteem, and that drove her to establish a skincare brand for ladies that suffer from the same thing like herself to help them build
Mm.
their, high self-esteem. And
Okay.
I was like, oh, this person has a selling point. And I'm not I checked her page. There's nothing. She doesn't even have a page set on LinkedIn, like a brand page. So I was like,
Mm.
oh, that's a point. That's a problem there. So your ability to spot that problem is very, very important. Like you have to be
All
very, very
right.
smart to
All right,
spot.
Bookie.
Who's the one doing the webinar here? Yes. Please, she's back. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Wookie. That was very kind of you. You said a couple of things and I paid attention. Seems like you've been working with Modukbe, who is our facilitator today, and you've gotten results. So we'd also like to get results like Modukbe. Thank you for joining again, Modukbe. And now over to you. You can continue your presentation.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I lost my connection. I'm so sorry about this. I'm very sorry. Okay, so I'll share my screen now so that we can continue from where we stopped. Just a minute, please. All right, so I don't know where I stopped, where you could hear me, where I stopped before the interruption. I think I was trying to explain how to search for prospects, right? Am I correct?
You're telling us the people to look for. You were talking about the managers, the creative directors, the marketing directors, and the
Oh,
likes.
okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, T-Code. Okay, so when you want to look for your prospect on LinkedIn, you need to get the right titles, which I've been able to do some research, and I was able to come up with this list. If you understand your prospect very well, this list you can add to it or subtract depending on the kind of people you want to get. on LinkedIn, right? Okay, but I was saying something about business owners. You might not find them on LinkedIn trying to showcase their businesses. These are the people that help them to advertise their products on radio, on TV, and Google Ads, and like that. All right. So, and then we have industries to target. We have marketing agencies, advertising agencies, e-learning companies, corporate organizations, video production companies, and then we have game studios and animation. You can always see these people on LinkedIn if you want to target. So you can either type the right titles, you can type the titles with the industry and the location you want. But the main point is that you should get the decision makers in those organizations. Those are the people that are going to respond to you. For example, if you send a message, maybe a connection request with a one message to an advertising agency, most times the people that will see your message, if you don't send those messages to the right channel, maybe like the decision makers or people that take key decisions when it comes to the campaigns they want to put out there, it might be their VA or their social media manager that will see those messages. And at the end of the day, they don't know what to do with the information. They will just connect with you and move forward. All right. So now let's take, for example, if you're looking for a creative director in ad agencies in Nigeria, you can either search for ad agencies in Lagos, or you can search for creative directors in Lagos or in Nigeria. I'll still do a practical example so that we can get to see that. Okay, so now when it comes to the location to put, you know where you can work, where you can fit in, and where you want to explore. But I strongly advise against these three countries, and I'll say why. I strongly advise against India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. I hope we can still see my screen, please.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. So I strongly advised against these three, sorry, 1 minute. These three countries, and that's because when you consider India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, most times these people are like hustlers like us. Sorry to use that. They're like hustlers like us. And when they want to do a project with you, most times they've collected the real funds. And let's say a project is going to cost $500, right? They can outsource it and look for a Nigerian to pay maybe $50 or $100. And at the end of the day, you'll be the only person that will do all the work and they just pocket the rest, right? And then even if there's a mistake and all of that, at the end of the day, they just toss in the work, they get paid, they move on. That's just how they do it, right? So I advise against them, but you can decide to, test the waters. That's basically because of my experience. Okay. And then in your search results, when you have typed creative directors on the search bar on LinkedIn, in your search result, it is very necessary you scan the pages or the profiles that pop up, right? So you want to consider if they mention VO, video production, script writing, voiceover script writing, and all of that. And then you want to check them out. Maybe if they have a website attached to those pages or the profiles, go through their about us section, and check if they're actually the kind of people, because most times people can just put a headline and at the end of the day, they are not the right people you're looking for, right? So I advise that you check through their about section to be sure these people are really into advertising or marketing, that will need your voice for whatsoever they want to use it for, right? And then after that, look for decision makers under the page followers list. I'm going to make an example. I'm just explaining so that you have an idea. If you are targeting pages, maybe you type advertising agencies, what you're going to see are pages. But if you type the names plus the location, you're going to see profiles, right? So in case of pages, ensure you go through, you check the followers list of those pages, and you will mostly see people that work in that organization. And then you are going to look for those titles I've mentioned before, like creative director, or producers. So most times, let's say, for example, the name of the media or the advertising agency is VOB. So you can see something like creative director at VOB. So you know that this person is the creative director of this media, or this person is the producer of this media, or this person is the founder or the CEO. So those are the decision makers, right? Now, I think I need to do an example before we come to the message templates, right? So let me go to my LinkedIn. Please, I hope everybody can still see my screen. Please, can we all still see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
All right, so let me do an example of what I just explained. Let's assume I want to check for, okay, let me use something that I've used before. Let's assume I want to check for creative directors in Nigeria. So this is, all right, so, you can make use of your, oh, I'm sorry, you can make use of your search, all these search answers available from people to post jobs, groups, companies, schools, and all of that. But most times I just use people and location. That's if I'm searching personal profiles. Then look at location here. So you can add location. Let's assume I'm going to put in Lagos, Nigeria. Show result. So you can see a lot of them. And because I'm on premium, the list is endless. You have number 1 to 10, then to the next one, to the next. So I'm going to use, let me use this Alicia profile. Alicia, this is a creative director, so there is no company attached to it. And then you can go down about, just check if this person actually creates something that will need my voice. If I'm the one, I'm not going to go for her because I'm not seeing anything that relates to what I might really. Let's go back and click on another profile. Creative director as GNO Studios. Okay. This is another creative director of another studio. This person is an award-winning artist, designer, brand for African youth, blah, blah. These people are the type that really need your voice, right? Sorry, my network.
Hi guys, it seems like a network has happened again. Someone said lightning doesn't strike the same place twice. I guess that doesn't apply to us tonight. So, what do we do? Again, I have to disclaimer. I don't know much about this. So, I'm not about to go onto my Google Chrome and show you guys how to look for somebody on LinkedIn and enter into their DM Nah, we're just gonna wait for Modupe to join. But again, this is amazing. I think this deserves to be a masterclass on its own, and because premium value is being dished. And I have to admit, I have to be honest, I've not really had anybody. I'm sure there are people that do this, but for the voiceover space in Nigeria, I've not had someone who focuses on that. So this is incredible, and shout out to Modupe for showing us how to walk through these processes. I'm sure there's still more from where that came from. I'm hoping that our network will be recovered soon and she'll be able to continue teaching. But this is a sure way to get gigs. And just piggybacking on what Buki said earlier, this looks much like a one-on-one process where you're actively searching, um, this is not creating content. This one is looking for people. But I also think creating content is also a good one. It kind of like balances it because when you search for people, they want to see what you've done before, and your platform kind of shows them that you have done this before. For people who are just joining, welcome. We're looking at LinkedIn DMs, the secret to booking voiceover work on LinkedIn. And Modupe Ola Beauty is our guest speaker. She has proven success on LinkedIn and she's sharing with us our strategies. Meanwhile, while we were on a break earlier, I asked the question for people to share their experiences. If you have booked the gig on LinkedIn, would be very happy to listen to you share your experience or perhaps just type in the chat box. Voices of Robbie typed earlier. He said LinkedIn LOL has its own lingua and all of that, which can make it seem like it's only for professionals and all of that. But I have come to see that the people on LinkedIn are all humans and people will always be people. And if we look past the pizzas and all, would see that no matter what, people will connect with what's real. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. We just need to demystify LinkedIn in our minds and take advantage of the platform. So I'm enjoying this already, and I'll be doing one or two. It makes me feel like doing this makes me feel like I'm some kind of like 007 James Bond or some spy agent. I just find people online and I'm able to send them DMs and all of that. But yeah, I think it's all part of the work. Because at the end of the day, as a voiceover artist, you gotta get gigs. You have to make money, and if you don't have the advantage of popularity, uh, you must do everything possible in your power to get as many gigs as possible. I just try to send Modupe a message, hoping that she can join us as soon as possible. Yep, we're looking at booking voiceover work on LinkedIn. Sanami says, I need my first gig this year. Amen. Amen to that. Amen. A big amen to that. I remember years ago, I would also say this. I also recall many years ago, I was coming from Lagos. I still used to live in Accra at the time. And on my way, I saw this DM on LinkedIn. Somebody needed my service. He's an Egyptian, by the way. So, when I saw the price he quoted for the job, I think it was less than $50 for a voiceover work. And I found that to be below the standard of what I was used to for international gigs. So I did not go with the gig. It was much later that I began to understand from a broader perspective how voiceover prices measure across the world. And I realized that in Egypt, the prices are also different. It's just like a Nigerian wanting to hire somebody, they're going to look at it most likely from their own prism. So, well, that's a different conversation anyway. But it's important for us to be literate about prices, negotiations, and things like that, rates for VoiceOver. That would also help us as we navigate the LinkedIn territory. Well, back to Modupeola, who has joined us again, and I'll be taking a step back for her to continue our presentation. Welcome, Modupe. Over to you.
All right, thank you very much. I'm so sorry, I'm having difficulty with my network today. I don't know why network decided to do this to me today of all days, but I'm very, very sorry. So I'll want us to continue now. Let me share my screen. All right, so I was explaining how to actually get the right people on LinkedIn. I hope we can see my screen now.
Yes.
All right, so let me go back. So I was using somebody as an example. I think I lost that profile. So, but the major thing is after you've gone through and you've seen the right, you've seen the about section and you're sure that this person is active and this person is going to need your voice for narrations, commercials, voice acting, anything you want. Okay, I'm going to use this as an example. This is Abiodun. All right, so I'm not saying much on this. But if you're going to connect with this person, it is not okay to just send connection requests. Most people will not respond to you. But if you accompany your connection request with a note, if you're using a phone, you're going to click on this three dots right here, and you're going to see a personalized invite. If you click on these three dots, right? But it is not like that on system. If you are using a PC, just click on connect, and then you come to add a note. So here you can say you need to say something about them that you like. Maybe I went through your profile. I love what you're doing as a voiceover artist. I would like to be connected with you, but I have a question. Would you love to connect? So if you leave them with a question, they will be interested to want to know what your question is or why you're so interested in them, right? So let me give you an example of that. So I was saying that the first message you send should build connection. So when you're connecting with people, you don't send your pitch immediately. LinkedIn is like a networking platform where you need to get to know yourself. And at the same time, you don't need to spend days or weeks of familiarization before you can pitch yourself. All right. So you can it is either they are interested in you or they are not interested, right? But you just have to follow due process so that they don't perceive you as desperate, and at the same time you're not too much in a hurry. So your first message should build that connection. You're going to show to them that you like what they are doing, you compliment them, and then end your message with a question. Let me show you an example. You don't have to follow exactly what I use. You can be genuine with whatsoever you'll be sending to them. Hi, Derek. I hope you can still see my screen. Someone is raising his hand. Voice of Robbie.
Okay, so yeah, it's not full. We're struggling to see. It's really tiny. We can see your face, but we can't see.
Okay, I can hardly hear you. Can you speak up, sir, please?
Okay, can you hear me now? Is it clearer?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I was saying that we're struggling to see your screen. It's not full like it was before. It's kind of tiny, so we can't see it, clearly. I think Sanami said something like that in the chat.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Let me leave it at full screen so that you can see it very well. I guess you can see it now. All right. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so I was saying that when you are connecting with them, don't just connect directly, leave them a message, like a warm message, so that they can know that you see them. When you compliment people like that, most times they like it. They feel seen. They feel like, okay, everything they have been doing, somebody can see it, somebody can hear it, right? So, and then I have another variation, which is like a second one. Maybe you talk about their recent post that I was going through TikTok, LinkedIn, and then I saw your recent post, or maybe their recent comments. You can say, I like your take on this, but I have a question. Would you love to connect? Something like that, right? So when you attach it to what they are doing, they like it, and they will want to listen to you to hear the next thing you have to say. All right. So let me go back to my previous slide. Now, after the first message, which you are going to be sending with a connection request, when they respond to you, then you are going to go in with your second message, and this message you are targeting, you want to be able to qualify them. You want to be sure that truly they are the kind of people you're looking for, right? So when they respond to you, appreciate them for responding, and then find out directly if they are actually who you're looking for. And you're not going to ask them that, are you the person I'm looking for? There's a way you can appreciate them. Oh, thank you for responding. I think I see your point from this. That's if you're using the second variation of the message, of maybe going back to their previous post or their recent comments, right? And then if you're not using that, if it's just the direct connection invite with a message, just thank them for connecting back and for accepting, and then confirm if they work in your target space, right? So I do it subtly when I want to confirm this, and let me try and show you an example of that second message. So the first example I have is to appreciate them. It is great to connect with them. I saw that you're into blah, blah, blah. And now this is personally for me. I was just trying to understand the industry and the kind of people that work there. So I was genuinely open to hearing from them, right? So yours don't necessarily have to be, and honestly, a lesson or two from your experience would be a big bonus, right? Because I started a year ago officially in the creative industry, I'm excited to connect with people. Yours can be that, okay, I love what you're doing. I have a question about this. What do you see about this? What do you think about this? And genuinely hear from them. So when they answer your question, you can now ask them, do you also do video marketing for brands? So just ensure that you're not going to spend 1 week or 1 month before you close this person. But at the same time, you want to establish a relationship. So your first question, you are just connecting with them. Your second message, try as much as possible to qualify them, right? So when you ask them if they do video marketing for brands, some of them will say yes and some of them will say no. So when they say no, you can just say, oh, it's great connecting with you. I hope we can stay in touch, blah, blah, blah. That is the end of it. You don't have any other business, because if we're not going to lie to ourselves, the main reason we are online is to monetize our skills, right? We're not there to just catch cruise and go home. We want to make money from what we do, from what we love doing, from helping people to take their message out there, right? So you don't have to stretch it. I hope you can still see my screen, please.
Yes.
Let me know if you can still see my screen. All right, thank you. So I have another variation, right, where you talk about their message. Okay, so the third message should be about you pitching your offer. Now, don't forget what I said about marketing. When it comes to marketing, you are presenting an offer they cannot resist. You're specific about what you're bringing to them. Maybe your studio quality, your turnaround time, your voice type. And now, when it comes to pitching people, they want to see what you can do for them. And don't forget, this is you doing the marketing side of the voiceover business yourself. So you need something that can actually want to make them turn heads or take a look at what you have. So what I do myself is that most times I can offer them a first free voiceover, since these people, they are not just doing one-time projects. They are an advertising company or a marketing agency, right? So most of the times, what I do is that I offer the first voiceover as free, tailored to their current projects, right? And then some of us are very good with script writing. You can use that as your hook, something to just help to make them to say, okay, this person is not just coming at me now. This person is willing to actually be part of my brand, right? So if you offer them free scripts, you can offer them first free voiceover. This is totally fine if you cannot do it. People like our bosses, like T-Code, you might not necessarily have to offer anything free, because when they hear the voice alone, they want to take a second look, right? So they might not, people that are already established in the industry might not necessarily do that, but it has always been working with the little experience I have with marketing. When you give people free, they want to come back and taste more. And that's where you will now discuss what you're bringing to the table. So if you're offering the first one for free and you tell them, after this free one, if you like my voice, I would like to be the voice behind your brand. Trust me, except they are not grateful, they will want to come back. So that's why I was advising from the beginning of the webinar that it is very essential that you're very trained. Because I'm not going to lie, when I started, some people, and then I realized how much of a training I needed to be able to get started, so that I can actually show to them that I'm qualified for the job, right? All right, so an example of the third message that I sent to them would be this on my screen. So after they've responded to me, maybe I left them with a question like, what do you think? And they answer me, and then I asked them if they are actually into marketing, if they're into marketing videos, right? And they say yes. So this is an example of what I give them. This is like an example one. So I can say something like, it sounds great. That means I can market myself to you, so you don't take our possible future collaboration elsewhere. You can structure your message in any other way, but the major thing is that you are hooking them with something they cannot resist. So I'm looking to expand my reach among the top 1% of known founders, creative directors in ad agencies who are truly killing it. And I want to work with you for your voiceover needs. I will help you with a voiceover tailored towards your recent project. And I will do this first one for free. That is the bait. That is the offer in my pitch. So you can see what I can pull off for you. I'm being selfish because I want you as my next case study, and I would also love to grow with your brand. So if you're looking for a long-term working relationship with these people, I crafted something like this so that they can see that I am not coming for just one time. All right. So, and then I will leave them with some of my samples so that they can have a feel of my voice. And then I'm leaving them also with a CTA that says it will be an honor to get a positive feedback from you. Regards, Beauty. So, and then I have another variation of that. This first one is more to, the first one is more to founders and maybe CEOs and managers of those companies. This second one is tailored deliberately to creative directors or maybe casting directors, people that are looking for specifications before they work with you. So I say, I know you create high-end brand videos that need polished, corporate, and friendly narrations. Many directors like you often source reliable voiceover talent for responsive to last-minute changes, and that can consume a larger part of your valuable time, right? So I'm telling them that this is the problem. So now when you need a reliable, responsive voice in such cases, I'd love to collaborate and also build with your brand. So I now gave them what I can do for them. I have a mid-range captivating voice suitable for commercials, for explainers and narrations. And then I have a broadcast standard home studio, and I deliver in a few hours or days, depending on when they need the project. And you can see my offer again that says, I'm willing to do the first voiceover tailored to your current project at no cost. So you can see what I can pull up for you. So if I am offering the first one for free for them, they will want to take a look to actually see what I can come up with. So I'm saying, what do you say you give this evolving voice a chance to thrive and make you and your clients more money? So that is me coming back to what they have to gain if they hire me. And then I will leave them with some samples of what I've done before, right? And most times you might not have to even give them links. If you say you're going to do the first project for free, that is you trying to let them see what you can do from scratch, right? So I also use this specifically maybe for casting and creative directors. That's just an example, right? Okay, so let me go back. So, okay, I'm done with this. All right, so before I continue, I hope we have been following and we understand what I've been explaining so far when it comes to the message templates. Please let me see your reaction if you've been following and you understand. Please. Thank you. Thank you. So in recap, I was saying that, sorry, your first message should build a connection, leave them with a question that they will want to find out what you're actually doing. And then the second message should be able to qualify them, right? Should be able to qualify them so that you will be sure if these people really need you by asking them, are you into this, or what is the industry like, blah, 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 and all of that. And then lastly, pitch yourself with an offer that they will not be able to resist. And then I give examples of some of the things you can use to hook them or to want to make them take a second look at you. So it has been working. Now I need to say this before I continue to show you an example of some messages I've done and the responses I've gotten. I need to say this. A lot of people will not respond to you. And the reason is because not a lot of people are active on LinkedIn, and that's just the rule of marketing. Just expect maybe 10% from your 100% input, just expect 10% results. So marketing is in their numbers. So what I do personally, whenever I want to actually go all out, you can make yours maybe 5 people in a day, but what I do is that I try to send out 10 personalized invites every day, Monday to Friday, for 1 month, and then that will leave us to about 200 messages in 1 month, right? And it has been working. So my aim is that I want to close at least 1 agency per month. If I'm able to close 1 agency per month, my goal is that I am not going to be doing a one-time thing for them. Now, the major problem we are having as emerging voice actors in the industry is that most of those established agencies, they kind of have voice artists or voice talents that have been working for them, and they're not looking at changing them anytime soon. So if you're coming in new, maybe it might be based on referrals, right? And I think my coach will agree with me on this. All right. Okay. So most times they're not looking for newbies. They're not looking for people that are just trying to come up. They're looking for trusted voices. So I looked at it myself that if you really want to build something for yourself in the industry, why not you try to, reach out to as many agencies as possible and grow with them now. And then you give yourself time, maybe in the next 5 years or 3 years, in the next 3 years, 5 years, see where that will take you when you become somebody that they can always go back to. It means that you might not actively be looking for these people. They will always come back to you because they always have projects they want narrations or voices for, to sell whatsoever their clients want them to sell for them, right? So that is my mindset behind all of this. But for people that are already established, they can also target both new agencies and then established agencies, and they don't really need to my own opinion, they don't really need to do much because their voices and their track records alone will sell them, right? So all they need to do maybe just to reach out to these people more. All right. And I don't want to go to the side of representation when it comes to voiceovers, that a lot of us are finding it kind of difficult to break into, those big spaces. So I feel we can start small and grow with them. Now, the pro tips that I'm going to leave you with, you can tweak my templates to suit your personal goal. What do you want to achieve? Because all of us, we are unique. You can find what you can use to hook them. You don't have to necessarily use mine, but that is what I have been using and I decided to share. All right. And then I also advise that you're not in a hurry to want to hammer, right? Or blow. It's okay to dream big. I look forward to working with big brands. Trust me. But I want to build myself and my career, and I want to climb the ladder with joy, with all joy in my heart. So I will advise that we remove desperation, but we should have a long-term goal that we can plan to be consistent with, right? Some of us might not be able to have the time, but I'll say, what is the whole point if we have a business and we're looking for clients, that we are looking for stable clients, right? I think it is all good if we invest in it now to build that structure that will now start giving us clients even when we have not reached out. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of work, and a lot of people are going to definitely reject you. But trust me, if you are consistent with it, there's no way you will not close at least a client in a month if you are very serious with it. Okay, I've had few people that have shown this, and some that have taken it very seriously. I guess they are making progress with it. All right. So most times, like I said before, big brands already have their VOAs and they rely on referrals. They're not ready to take on. But you see, when you have an offer that people cannot resist to hook them, when you have such offers, they will want to check you out. You can build from there. So, and I've also said that for those established already, it's easier when they hear your voice and they see the brands you've worked with before. They want to jump on it that, wow, oh, I like this guy, I like this, blah, blah, blah. Now, I want to, before I quickly talk about this sales call framework, I want to show us an example of some people. Let me talk about this. Of some people, 1 minute, please, that use this strategy for, and it has worked for me. So the first person is, let me check the Lapo. Hope you can still see my screen. Please let me know if you can still see my screen.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Yeah, thank you. 1 minute, please. I just want to show us some examples of people I've reached out to and the responses. Okay, let me check. All right, this is somebody I reached out to last year, and this guy stays in Alabama, Oxford. Trust me, I was very I was very daring when I started. I was reaching out to a lot of people just to connect with people in the industry. That was how I found King E. I took some courses with him. I later found T Code. Before I found T Code, right? So I was just connecting with people and I wanted to actually test the waters. So you can see that here I didn't do much. He actually reached out to me, right? I connected with him. I didn't send, sorry, 1 minute. I didn't send a warm message. I didn't send a personalized message. I just connected with him then. And then he responded. He responded by saying, thanks for connecting. Sorry, 1 minute. I'm trying to load the message. don't know why this is not showing. Anyways, this was like the first major voiceover I did after a few months in the voiceover industry. And how I got this guy, I was chatting with him, like it was not looking as if I wanted to work with him, right? I just wanted to connect with him and understand what he does. And when I understood what he does, I just somehow just put it to him. I can do a free voiceover for him, right? I don't know why it's not opening. I just want to show a few examples. Now I can do a free voiceover for him, and he agreed. I did a free one for him. And then after I did a free one, I asked him how he's going to use it, right? And then that was how we spoke about video part and how he's going to run an ad with it and all of that. So I suggested that I have a video editor that can actually handle it for him. And this is what I did. I added my voiceover fee with the video editing fee. That was how I got paid for. That was how I got my first $100 on Upwork. So I paid the video editor, I think maybe 20K or so. And then I paid the audio engineer like maybe, I think around 15K or so, or 20K or so, because I just told him that I'm just getting started and all of that. At the end of the day, I had about 50K thereabouts to myself for my first voiceover. So this is not opening. Let me go to another person. So sorry. I don't know why it's not opening. Maybe I will share it after this webinar. I can drop it on the group. Okay. Okay, let me use this person as an example. This is another, I hope you can still see my screen. This is another person, and this was of recent. So you can see my first message, the first message I sent to him. I said, "Hi, Samson. I just stumbled on your profile and I'm impressed. As a voiceover artist, I love what you do. It will be an honor to be connected with you, but I have a question, right?" And then he responded. He just said, "Well, thank you." So you see, my templates can still fit in no matter their response, whether they say, "Okay, great, go ahead with your question," or "It's great connecting with you," blah, 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 and all of that. So I still went ahead and I told him, "Thanks for your kindness too. It's great connecting with you. I saw that you're into the creative space, and honestly, blah, 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 blah. I'm always excited to connect with people like you." So I asked, "Do you also do video marketing for brands?" So that is me qualifying him so that I know I don't have to waste my time with this person. I'm going straight to the point. And he said, "Yes, I do." So I answered, I said, "Oh, wow, that's great. Sorry for late response." Because I did not respond to him on time. I was relocating at that time. So you see, you can be flexible with your message and just connect with people on a very real way. So I asked him, "I hope it's okay." You don't have to put shamelessly. This is me. You can just go straight to the point. "I hope it's okay if I tell you more about myself so that you don't take our possible future collaboration somewhere else." You see, you can do it your way, please. But the point is so that they can give you listening ears to, bring your offer to the table. So I used the creative director template. So I explained, "I know you create blah, 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 blah. You often source for voiceover talent, and that consume a larger part of your time. I would like to, when you're looking for that reliable, responsive voice, I would like to collaborate and build with your brand." So I gave him my specifications and the things that I can do. And I also gave them my audio, whatever, even though I'm still in the process of building it due to relocation and all of that. So I'm willing to do the first voiceover tailored to your current project at no cost. So what do you say you give this evolving voice, blah, blah, blah. It will be an honor. So I sent him my link, and then he said, look at his response. He said, you have a nice voice. I have listened to your samples. I will make sure to put you in consideration for my next project, right? So I answered, this sounds great. I really appreciate you and your compliment. So now, most times, for you to be sure that these people are really serious and they really need you or want you, most times it is good to get them on a call. I've closed more people on a call than just on chat. So when you ask them for a 15-minute call, it helps you to actually be vocal about what you can do for them. Ask them questions to understand what they really do and what they need at that particular time. And that's exactly what you're going to use to now bring yourself in as a solution and try to say you would like to work on their next project. So he said, once I'm available, I'll send you a message here. So this kind of person now, if I wait for some days, I can remind him of the call. So when you get them on a call like that, I'm trying to search somebody. They become more, they respond to you faster. I don't know what is going on. Please, 1 minute, please. This is going to be long. Sorry. Let me take another name I have here. Blessing or something. Okay. I don't know why they're not coming up. Blessing. Sorry, 1 minute, please. Hey, my baby's wait. Please, 1 minute.
Hi, everybody. I hope you all are enjoying this. So, Modupe is back. All right, I'll let you continue.
Yes, I'm back. So sorry. So I was trying to look for case studies. I know I've spent so much time. I'm so sorry, Pico. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm trying to get a perfect example. Let me see if I can get Tony here. Okay, I've explained Tony case. All right, so I have something. Or did I just finish with something? Okay, I think I just finished. Okay, let's see. I finished. Is it possible I send some of this maybe after the webinar so I don't waste so much time?
Yes, I think that would be a better option.
All right. So thank you very much. So these are like few of the people I've been able to close. Some of them I went on call with them. Few of them I didn't go on call with them. But I wanted to show it. I wanted to show you guys that it is actually working if you are patient and you are consistent. So you're not in a hurry to just make money now. You can actually look towards being the voice behind these brands, because you will not see business owners on LinkedIn like that, right? And then another thing I want to quickly say before we close is that for your ideal clients, you can have limitations, but if you're using LinkedIn Premium, you have endless lists of prospects. You have unlimited access to DMs. You can send unlimited messages. You're not going to be restricted. You can have a lot of people. You can reach out to as many people as possible in a month. You will not be restricted. And then, but LinkedIn Premium is not something maybe all of us may be able to get consistently like that, because of financial restraints. So I think I'm in contact with some people that have access to be able to, cut down the cost, because I've been on LinkedIn Street for a while now. And instead of paying, they pay around 20, maybe 20, 30 or 50K per month for LinkedIn Premium. However, that is just for 1 month. But if you really need LinkedIn Premium, you can reach out to me, and I have someone that can get something as low as 15K for you for the right package that you just need for your endless messages and DMs and connection. And you're going to use that one time 15K, you're going to use it for 3 months. 3 whole months before you will need to renew it again. Now, if you are very serious, if you take it very seriously, trust me, there's no way you're not going to close clients that will be more than the money you have invested in LinkedIn Premium. And I also spoke about profile optimization. If you need help with that, I can refer you to some people that I know also that can help you with that. So feel free to reach out to me after this meeting. Now I'm rooting for you all to go book that gig. Market yourself, don't be ashamed, be consistent, be patient, and deliver great work so that they will come again. Thank you very much.
Wow. This is amazing. Please, a round of applause for
I'm
the
done.
amazing Modupe Beauty. You said what? Modupe, you just said something now. All right. Okay. Please give her a round of applause.
Yeah, I was telling you that I'm done. Sorry.
Okay. This was a very rich
Thank you.
presentation, and I want to say a special thank you for sharing all of this with us. Modupe has been using LinkedIn to her advantage, and she's been seeing results. And she could have just decided that, you know what, guys, I'm just going to keep this to myself. I'll keep making the money, making the dollars. But she decided to share it with us without asking for a penny. And I think that is so commendable. Thank you so much, Modupe. And I pray that you also get rewarded for doing this. If you joined late, sorry that you missed all that you have missed, but we would ensure to put it on the internet on our YouTube page before the end of this week. So, yeah, we spent a lot of time. I would have loved to go back to everything that was taught, but I don't know if there is any question. So, for the sake of whoever might have a question, we can only take one, and that's fastest fingers. Just type your question on the chat box or in the chat box now, and I'll read it out so that Mudupe can answer. And if we don't have any, we'll just call this a close. But it's been a fantastic presentation so far. She took us through how to be on LinkedIn and get gigs on LinkedIn. I love the fact that you went straight to the point. You even showed us real examples of people that you have communicated with, the strategies that you used, and these were very, very useful information. So, Sanami says, without premium, can we get good clients? Modupe, what's your answer to that?
Right. You can definitely get clients on LinkedIn without premium. But what premium affords you is the numbers. The numbers. You will not be limited. For example, if you are not on premium, if you type creative directors in Lagos or ad agencies in Nigeria, blah blah blah, your list will be limited. You will not have enough people to search. Maybe if you search today, you can just see maybe 5 or maybe maximum of 10 lists, and then until you come back tomorrow like that. But if you're on premium, you will see a whole lot of them. You see a whole lot of them. If you want to send 300 messages in 1 month, you can send it. And just imagine sending 300 or 200 messages in a month. Imagine you sending that and not getting anything. You will definitely get positive responses and people that want to work with you. They are there. There are so many. They are there. So that's why I advise LinkedIn Premium. It gives you that affordability to as many as possible, as many profiles and agencies as possible.
All right. Thank you. That's amazing. That's amazing. Again, for people who have missed a lot, like Victoria has just written in the chat, you get the opportunity to watch this again when we put it up. Yeah. And I want to also believe that Modupe will be doing more teachings on this subsequently. It might be via VoiceVerse, but because I think this is valuable knowledge, and I'm sure there is more from where that came from, and would love to hear more. So even if you say you want to do a master class on it or whatever it is, no worry, we'll go pull up, will be available, And again,
Thank you.
guys, let's if she does this one for free, the next one, if she says she's gonna put a price tag on it, I think it's worth paying for. Isn't every time we'll be getting freebies now? But yeah, thank you for collaborating with VoiceVerse. We try as much as we can to do what we can for the community, the voiceover community. Yeah,
Thank
free of
you so
charge.
much.
All right.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful too.
You're welcome. All right, guys, that's it for this month's webinar from VoiceVerse NG. Next month, we'll be having another one. We try to do this every month for the voiceover community in general. So it's not a VoiceVerse alone or VoiceVerse only thing. It's for the entire voiceover community. And speaking of communities, VoiceVerse is a community for those who are not a part of the community, but you're watching this. And our community exists primarily on WhatsApp. So if you want to be a part of the community, you can check the link in our bio on Instagram to join our community. We are there to support voiceover artists, especially up and coming voiceover artists in Nigeria. We have other programs that we do from time to time. Some of them are arrested right now because we're trying to rearrange certain things on the back end to come back later better. So I'd encourage you to be a part of the community. We have weekly meetings on Wednesdays on Clubhouse by 6 p.m. You should also be a part of that. We have conversations, no filters, no hold bars, where we try to answer any question that you bring. I make it necessary to be a part of it every week. So again, take advantage of all these opportunities, courtesy VoiceVerse NG. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who joined. Your presence is highly appreciated, and you're the reason why we do this. And I also want to say a very, very, very big thank you to the team, the members, the team at VoiceVerse, who have consistently done a lot to ensure that the community is kept alive. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you because we feel the work you do. If you're not following us yet, please follow us across our socials, and we'd love to continue to serve you. All right, that's it for tonight. And yeah, keep an eye on our next couple of events and keep doing what you can to grow your voiceover career. My name is Tolulokpe Kolade, and it's been a pleasure hosting this tonight. I see you guys next month, which literally starts tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Bye. Bye,
Thank you,
Tito.
T-Code.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Modupe. Bye, Tico.
Thank you. Bye.